What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rally Point. I know it's not a normal Rally Point. It's not Sunday night. But I feel like I owed it to you guys. I missed Sunday. Life's been kind of crazy, to be honest with you. How are you guys doing tonight? We're waiting for some people to get in here. I did some things a little bit different with promoting the event. And we're going to see if we can get more veterans in here, people that support the veteran community. Now, I'm pretty, Crouch. I'm handsome. How about that? Mr. Clean. Yeah, I hear you, Casey. But no, I did something a little bit different with the promotion and sharing it out to all my friends as well. On my other page, on my personal Facebook page. Hopefully that does some good, to be honest with you. We'll see how it goes. We got a good topic tonight. If you guys know anything about this channel, we try to bring up topics that come up during the week, right? So I think this is going to be a good show. We got one familiar face, one that hasn't been on the show before, and the other one, it's been a while since he's been on the show. Super excited about tonight. Got some exciting news for you guys. If you haven't been following the Facebook page, definitely do that. Got some exciting news. I'll tell you about that later if you haven't been following the Facebook page. But excited for tonight. I hope you guys are doing well. Should be a good show. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. I know I didn't give you guys much. I announced it earlier today. Crouch, off topic. You definitely did not look like a model. But that's just my opinion, buddy. Sounds like somebody is lying to you. just kidding with you, bud. We have a great show tonight. One of the things that a lot of veterans face is the isolation. And if you are new here, that's the reason why we started the Rally Point. That's the reason why we started Operation Intel Veteran Stories, telling veteran stories from combat to their struggles after getting out of the military. So if you're new here, the Rally Point is usually done on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Couldn't do it this Sunday, so I decided to do it on Wednesday night. Let everybody kind of join in halfway through their week. But it's a place for us to talk about topics. Other topics have been, some advice you would give to a soldier now or somebody just joining the military. And had somebody on that had just signed his papers, and it was just a really cool show. We've had Chris Lyon, his son, came on telling us what it felt like to have his dad deployed so many times. We've covered a lot of things, but most importantly, it has brought a community together that felt isolated, and I was in that spot. I was in a spot in my life where, I had never felt depression before, and I didn't know what to do. And it really led me down this path. And I'm excited to be able to bring this to you guys, but not only bring it to you, but create a community where we can talk about topics with each other and give the outside civilians a little glimpse of what goes through our minds and what we think on a daily basis. So, one of the things that we have not really touched on is a way to clear our mind, right? One of the ways that I clear my mind, and if you've been following the Facebook page, you'll know, is video games, right? I've done it since I was little. Anytime I was going through a stressful situation, I hopped on a video game and played for a few hours. So much so that when I was going through my divorce, I spent a lot of time on it with friends and talking to friends and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I think that that's what kept me alive, because I was going through a lot. And I had the friends on the headset talking to me and playing a game and getting my mind completely off of everything that was going on. And at that time, I had moved in with my dad. And, the reason why is because I let her and the kids stay at the house. But unfortunately, I lost my dad about probably like 3 or 4 months after I had moved in. So it was a rough year. But I remember him saying, if you want to get your mind off of something, do something that you enjoy but makes you think, right? Think about what you're doing at that present time. The day that my dad passed away, it was me alone in an apartment, his apartment, by myself. And it was tough. And the one thing that I could hear his voice saying is, I'm fine. Play your video game. Get this off of your mind. I'm okay. So I jumped on the video game and played 2K with a bunch of my friends. And it didn't quite get my mind off of it, but it allowed me to cope with it. So video games have always been a big part of my life in getting my mind straight and cleared. But different people have different ways of clearing their mind. And I think it's important for, if you're struggling out there, to find that something. Whether it be video games or fitness or fishing, hunting, riding horses, just anything. It helps out a tremendous amount. And I know that it helped me out too. It has helped me out a lot. How we doing, Mike? Seeing who's all on this. How we doing, Tyrese? But one of the things that I have seen over this last, I don't know how many months, we've been doing this for 7 months now, is different ways of clearing our mind. And if you are a veteran out there that you guys are struggling and you're isolating and stuff like that, you really need to find something that gets your mind off of everything, maybe gets you outside, clears the mind, and it'll do a hell of a lot for you. It will do so much for you, you won't even believe it. So tonight I have 3 guests on that each do different things to clear their minds and help themselves out. Because at the end of the day, you need to be helping yourself out as well. You need to be your biggest cheerleader. And when you do that, I think it helps out a lot. So that's what we're talking about tonight. And tonight I have 3 guests coming on. Let me get them off of mute. Give me 1 second. Okay. At the top there, we got Jeremy Adams. First time on the Rally Point. Let me get another person on here because he disappeared on me. You got Chris lying there in the middle. And then give me 1 second here. Oh, Dan Longnecker. Can you hear everybody now, Longnecker? Turn your mic on, buddy. I can't hear a word you're saying now. Oh boy. Well, anyways, Jeremy Adams there at the top. You got Chris Lyon and then Dan Longnecker, who has not been on the show in a while. I'm happy to have him on here. Guys, we've talked about this before, and I know Jeremy is one hell of a runner. Lyon, it's you and your Harley, right? And then Longnecker, I've got a video I want to show everybody. But that's something that you do as well. Jeremy, tell me, starting with you, tell me exactly what you do to kind of clear your mind and how much it helps.
Well, I run probably an ungodly amount of miles on the road or a treadmill. It started out trying a way to lose weight and end up being somewhere where I turned it into a therapeutic deal where I just get out, start running. I ain't going fast. And I put on music, podcast, something, and I just go out and spend time just by myself. And I tell myself, only thing I can control right now is what each second that's in front of me, and it helps you just eliminate all the worries, and it forces me to just only worry about what I got going on at that time. And it clears your mind. You can spend a little time with the Lord, and if you got to stop because you got to break down and cry because you're having a moment. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just me by myself, and it's the best way that I found to deal with being isolationism, which is tough as a veteran because sometimes you long for the relationship of other veterans because we understand each other. So it's that way, and then it's led me to veterans organization, Team Red, White, and Blue, and all that stuff to help get you moving more. And I just I enjoy it. So I always tell everybody I don't do it enough. Do it like where it becomes like a race or something that I have to do to win stuff. I just do it because I enjoy it. If it gets into that area a little bit, I won't like it, and I'm like, no. So I enjoy it for what it is. I don't mind running.
I absolutely hate running. Like, and that's what we that's what one thing about this, what works for one may not work for another, because I'll be honest with you, if I ran the whole state of Louisiana, I can promise you I would be more stressed out when I ended it than when I started it there. So kudos to you, man, because a lot of people go to fitness, and I think the gym is a great way to kind of decompress and help ourselves out. But running, man, I just never could get into it. I just couldn't. How about you, Lyon? I know that Harley probably has a lot of miles on it, buddy.
That's that Harley to me it's done a lot for me throughout my career and the things that I've been going through. It's different. I get on that and it's me. It's just me, kind of like him with running. But I don't have my phone. I mean, I got music playing, and I just go. I don't put in a location of where I'm going or where I need to be. I just take off. And then, there's days where I don't want to be on the Harley. I'd rather be in the side-by-side, and that's my other thing is going out in the trails and playing in the mud and breaking it more often than not. I just spent $4 on parts recently, so I get back up. But you just got to find that thing that helps you and clears your mind when you really need it.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's hard to find it. And when you're struggling, one of the things that the last thing you want to do is get out of the house. So when we talk about like you're your biggest cheerleader, that means getting finding that something to help yourself out, right? And then I want to show you guys a video of old Longnecker down here, and hopefully I can hear him when we're done here, but I want to share this with you guys. That is Dan Longnecker in his, I don't know, a race car. I don't know anything about race cars, but my guess is a drag car, right? That's what it is. Dan, God, I still can't hear you, man. I don't know if, I know, I can read your lips. He just said I can hear you fine. But I can't hear you, man. Let me see. Do we have, I know it's not on my end. Is there a microphone on your side of the video thing? Let's see. No, I still can't hear you. If you know anything about the Rally Point, we always have technical difficulties, and it's usually centered around audio. Okay. But I'm trying to figure out how to get his mic working. Longnecker, there should be, and I don't know about the mobile thing, but there should be a green or a microphone in the toolbar. Is it on? I don't know, buddy. I can't. I can't hear you. We'll come back to you. We'll see if we can get it working. How important to you guys is it? I know we've all had our different struggles and stuff. Lion, you've been deployed. I don't even know how many times. I can't count that high. And Jeremy, you went through one hell of a deployment. Did you get deployed once or twice? That's what I thought. I thought that I had remembered that you had gotten deployed twice. Let me ask you guys something. How important is it to you guys to find that something that clears your mind?
While deployed, or just in regular day or regular life?
Yeah, just regular life. Like where you're living right now. How important is that every day to you, or in general, to find something that clears your mind to get you more centered?
It's really important. It keeps you from going crazy, because you, like with me in a trailer, you sit here, and if you don't have a clear mind, it's like the walls start closing in on you, and you got to get out with nature. And I like being outside, and it helps. And it's I always say, idle hands are the devil's playground. So if I'm sitting around not doing anything, either it's going to lead to doing drugs, alcohol, whatever else. So, I get bored. I'd rather just go for a run, and just take off. Sometimes you do an out the back or something like that. And like he does, a drive in a car with music on or something just takes your mind off of it. I have a motorcycle, but driving with the windows down in your car, simulates that, and you got to just do what you mind, and just get out and enjoy, life. Don't just sit there and, feel bad for yourself, and let your mind it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, it will.
Guys, I think, lose it. They just lose that simple sense of purpose, and then they let their mind start telling them they're not worth it anymore, and then it's just,
yeah, it goes all the way down. Exactly. How about you, Lion? How important is that you get away and go riding your side by side, your Harley, whatever it may be? How important is that to your mental health?
It's extremely important, man. And I think that was my hardest thing to do was to find something to clear my mind. It took a long time for me to realize that I needed that something, because what I would find myself doing is just I would just keep thinking and thinking and thinking, but then you get to a point where that thinking never stops. It's like a skipping record. It just keeps going back and back, and you have to find that thing that gets you away from that to clear your mind. Even when I'm at home, I'm busy all the time. I come home from the minute I get out of work. I come home, I'm right into the garage, or I'm outside, and I mean I've got 27 chickens now, 3 ducks, and I have two mini fading goats that I pick up next week. So
Oh my gosh, man.
I keep
Love it.
myself going nonstop to keep my mind off of the things that I don't want it on. And if I'm doing something that kind of triggers that at the moment, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll change to something else to get me away from that trigger, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's a lot of the problem is people don't when you come back from a deployment or get out of the military in general, feel like we don't know what to do with ourselves. Lion, we've talked about this before. We don't know. Um, and finding that certain something that gets your mind off of everything, you have to openly look for something to get your mind off of it, because being at home sitting there doing absolutely nothing isn't doing yourself any justice. It's not helping you out whatsoever. Longnecker, do we got you yet? I hope so, man. Damn. No, I'm trying, buddy. I don't think it's on my end. I can't get you, buddy. I'm trying on my end. I don't know what it is. How long did it take you, Jeremy? Did you like running in the military? Because
No, no running in the
I,
military. No. Well, back then, we drank and we smoked. So I rode
yeah,
miles, love that, but we ran because it was forced for you to do.
yeah.
But I didn't. I did it because I was told to, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't start enjoying it to probably about 2018 is when I did my first 5K, and then it just kind of went on from there. So
But what made you want to? Speaking from somebody like myself who absolutely hated running, what made you go? Okay, I'm going to go run.
it started December 31st, 2017. A buddy of mine, that was really good close battle buddy of mine, died of a drug overdose. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I got the phone call, and I had that December, the same December, I quit drinking. So, and I was smoking cigarettes. So once I quit in May of smoking cigarettes, I started like, let me see what I can do to help honor this guy. And I started running. Like I tried to run it 5 minutes at a time, and I ran my first 5K, and then I just continuously ran here and there. But I really just kind of got into it and enjoyed it. And then that's when I found the therapeutic side of it. And there's, it helped. My first half marathon in 2020 helped give me enough confidence to go back to college and finish my degree, get it in it, just move me on down the road. So it opened up a lot of doors. It was just a blessing from God. And then it ended up becoming, I was so seeing the stuff that I was doing, it ended up becoming a testimony, and God ended up allowing me to take that mess that from 15 years ago and make it into a message for if I've inspired a lot of people that I went to high school with or to get out and run. There's a buddy of mine, he's fixing running his first marathon because he saw me out getting after it. So and I run because I uphold a standard, and you got to keep pushing it down the road. So yeah. And it keeps me from going to other things.
Yeah,
I'm an
definitely.
addict. So by nature, I'm an addict. Period. From years ago. So if loneliness, tired, it leads to drugs and alcohol. God knows what else. And so I choose to do that. So I'd rather be
Hey,
addicted to that. So
definitely, man.
at the end of the day, but me. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, man, I'm glad you found that because I would have never thought. Yeah, I like going to the gym a lot. I think that helps out a lot, but the running portion of it, man, that's not for me. I was back with the fat kids. I was back with the fat kids during the runs. Me and Lion were running together.
I can run, buddy. I can run. I was running 12,
I
30,
ain't no
13,
land speed
13
burner,
miles.
believe me. I'm the old
Oh,
dude. I'm back there with the old guys. So I
I'm
tell them, I just get the train down the tracks. That's fine.
hey, Lion, you know, did it take you a while to realize that you liked motorcycles and it got your mind off of things? Or is that something that's always been a part of your life, the motorcycles and the side by sides and things like that?
I grew up around four wheelers. Um, my stepdad, when I went home from a deployment, he had a motorcycle, and he was like, get on it, just get on it. And I was like, no, like I'm fine, like no. And I did. I took it around the block and I brought it back, and I was like, you know what, like that was pretty cool. So a few years went by. I bought my first one. Um, I've had quite a few, but it took me a long time before I realized that that was my therapy. It was honestly, it was probably within the last couple of years until I realized that, man, this actually does something for me.
Yeah.
So I just, when I get going, like I said, it's peaceful. It's my phone's in the saddlebag and it's playing music and I can't see it and whatever the case may be. But and then I really really once I retired, that was the moment that it was like, yeah, like I kind of noticed it before, but then once I retired and I didn't have a connection, I had that connection of I can get on this and enjoy and not have to think about other things, because when you're on a bike, your mind is always thinking, what is that car going to do that's coming up at me? What is this person going to do? Are they going to cross the road in front of me? So you don't have time to really think about anything else other than riding that bike.
Yeah. Hey, and if you do think it's something else, it becomes even more dangerous. Um, that's one thing about I have never tried to ride a motorcycle either, so I have no clue. I'm seeing if Longnecker got back in. No, he didn't. Um, so one thing that you're sort of like me where video games were always my outlet. That in the gym, I would go for like an hour a day, 2 hours a day. But when I found out, the way I found out was it was hard because when my dad passed away, I mean, within hours of them taking him out of the apartment, I was on the video game because I had nobody else. I had lost all my family. My friends were an hour away. It was just a tough time, and the only thing that I just kept hearing him say was, get on your game, get your mind off of things. So that's when I kind of knew that was my outlet if I couldn't get to the gym. And it became really important to me if I was going through something stressful, just to kind of let everything go and just get on there for a little bit and come back with a better attitude too. Because I mean, let's be honest with each other. Once you're you get finished running or you get through with a motorcycle ride, you're a lot more relaxed. And that's when you can, yeah, definitely. Is there anything else that you guys can, think of that is therapeutic to you, to get your mind off of things? Is there anything that you guys could give advice on to somebody that may be watching that's having a hard time right now? They're isolating. They don't have an outlet. Any advice you guys could give them?
One thing I would say is I wish I would have found my thing earlier. because it would have been a lot better, and there would have been a lot different outcome on probably some of decisions or whatever, bad thoughts, whatever the case may be. And you just got to find that thing. Another thing that I find kind of soothing is fishing. You're fishing, like you're out on the river, you're standing there on the side of the bank, and it's just quiet. The water running, you know. Like I said, you just gotta find that thing, even if it's sitting in your backyard with a fire. Hell, I got a fire pit out back. Summertime,
Yeah.
there's nothing more soothing than just sitting in a fire and just I don't know what it is about watching flames come up off the wood, whatever hell color they come up.
Yeah.
It's something about just sitting in a fire, and during the summertime, I'm telling you right now, that every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's damn good chance that there's a fire in my backyard.
Same here, man. I get those little packets for the kids, and they throw it into the fire, and it turns it like pink, red, green, and they absolutely love it. And then the s'mores and stuff like that. Good Lord, they love that kind of stuff. How about you, Jeremy? You got any advice or?
Y'all like watching Ranger TV? I see. I do too. Like that. Get out and just sitting outside, man, enjoying a breeze, sitting underneath the shade tree. Sometimes just sitting out there and listening and don't be on the phone. If you want music, yeah, but just sometimes sit up and just listen to birds chirping, and just enjoy the peace. I like to read. That helps calm down. I read the Bible. I read books. Just anything self-help. It's just you got to find it helps you relax. And if you have problems and you need help, like I tell Google. There's a lot of veterans organizations that have stuff available for you to go out and meet. Like, don't be alone. There's Team Red, White, and Blue. They do the physical thing. Mighty Oaks helps you do the spiritual stuff. There's so many of us out here now trying to help each other, because at the end of the day, for veterans, we're tired of losing other veterans. We had to deal with it in combat, and now we don't want to lose you on the outside. And I always tell everybody, anytime you were deployed or anytime in the military, anytime you went somewhere, you had to have a battle buddy. Why has that changed now?
Yeah.
Like there's a battle buddy somewhere somebody cares about you. I'm not lying. Even when you're sergeant majors, if you knew him for a little bit, I guarantee you, he probably cares about you enough to talk you off the ledge. I'll be honest, I've had soldiers that I've met. Some of these organizations called me ready to, go to meet their maker, and I had to be that guy who was that phone call. What do you do at that time? And you just talk to the guy. So lucky they came out on the good, but don't ever let it get that far. Or if it gets to that far, you got somebody you can go to. So
we could hear Dan now.
What'd you say?
I'm pretty sure we could hear Dan now.
Hold on a second. There he is. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I got you, Dan. Give me 1 second. I was like, where is that coming from? I could hear myself.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There.
I might be a grease monkey, but I can do a little technology, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you mess with something long enough, it's liable to fix itself. First of all, Longnecker, it's good seeing you, buddy. I haven't talked to you in a little while, man. You look great. Tell us a little bit about what the video that I shared with everybody.
Yeah, so that's sand drag racing. It's considered a sand drag car. That's my pride and joy. That's my adrenaline. That's my let go right there. You know, it's funny living in Michigan. We get the snow, the winter months, and that's when I kind of get to the point where, you know, the drabs, the boring, the depression, and all that jazz. You know, because I don't have. I mean, what you see behind me is all I have for garage space, and it's not very much. And but when it's weather's starting to break a little bit, getting back into the whole racing again, it's like my juices start flowing, and it's starting to be go time. And just got back from a 2-week trip out to Arizona for a race in Yuma. Drove from Michigan all the way out there, so I mean that's really got me going now too. But yeah, that's and I haven't really heard what everybody else has been saying, but I get it. You got to find something you love. You got to find something that's gonna put a smile on your face.
Dan, have you always been into those drag cars, or is that something you found after the military?
So I was always into like dune buggies, going to the sand dunes, racing, and all that growing up. But until after the military, and having big boy money, I guess, if you will, that's kind of when I stepped up the game a little bit and got a little more serious with the racing and you know, having the caliber of car and the big trailer to pull and the diesel truck and yada yada yada. And plus I gotta throw a shout out to my wife too, Ashley, because she's an awesome pit person.
she puts up with your stuff a lot too, doesn't she? That red face tells me you've been out in Arizona, buddy. You got a little burnt there, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked them because I think you missed it. You know, how important is that to you? How important is that car behind you to get your mind off of stuff and just be alone with, you know, something that gets your mind off of stuff like that?
Yeah, it's huge. It really, honestly, it's huge. And honestly, for me, when I start working on, whether it's on this car or just working out in the garage or doing something just to clear my mind, I actually start thinking about things, but I'm clear-headed. And sometimes I'm just out, you know, space, you know, clear head, and that feels peaceful to me too. You know, it's definitely a great outlet to have something. And like I said, man, my juices are flowing right now because spring, you know, already had a race out in Arizona. You know, I definitely can feel, I feel better.
Good. You still owe my son a ride in that daggone thing if you're ever down here around Ohio, because I know we talked about this a few months ago. He asks about you and Lion all the time. He don't want to meet Lion. I told one of my friends, I was like, he's going to be there in June, and Andrew has no clue about it, but he's like, when am I going to get a ride in that car? I was like, I don't know, dude. It's winter out, but he's looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you. When are you back down around the Ohio area?
Actually, 1st of May. That's one of Outlaw Series down in Cleves.
That's Southern Ohio, right?
Yeah, that's by Cincinnati. Yeah,
man, you got to come right by me. If I don't see your burnt face, I'm going to slash all those tires. I promise.
Man, I'll get you. I'll do my best, pal. I mean, when you're lugging a 44-foot enclosed trailer behind your pickup, you just don't pull over.
We'll make it work. Yeah. Listen, I know we just got you on here, man. But like I was telling them, you know, is there any other outlets that you find that help you clear your mind? And how, you know, sometimes it's hard to find. It is. I mean, you and Lion have known each other for a long time. It does not surprise me that it's cars and motorcycles for you guys. Doesn't shock me at all for some reason. right? With old fit guy up there running the whole state of Louisiana. Did you guys watch his interview there on YouTube? I don't know how you did it, man. I truly don't.
I got
That's cool.
interviewed by
Very
the
cool.
little lady who was interviewing me right after it finished. Like there was an accident, boom, a car ran the thing, and she got to see me run over there to check on her. The lady had the airbag was deployed, so we popped the door open and pulled her out. But she didn't get anything on camera, but she got to see me go in the middle of like the day after I got finished. Like I was driving to Texas. I was like, let's go. I did not know you couldn't videotape people in somebody's parking lot. You have to be on the street because of private property. I'm like, I didn't know that. So,
Oh my goodness, man.
that was fun that day, but yeah.
Well, listen, guys, Longnecker, I know I just got you on here, but you caught the very end of this.
Yeah.
I need to have you on the show more often. I want you on here. We miss you. Everybody in the chat, when they seen you, they were like, "Hey, Dan." I was like, I was keeping it a secret. Hell, Lion didn't even know you were coming on today until I was like, "Oh, Dan's having a hard time with this." But no, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Anything else that you want to say? Jeremy, I want you here in a second to give the guys here at home and the young ladies both websites. Maybe we can plug them into the websites for the fitness stuff for them to be able to check that out.
All right. Red, white, and blue. Okay.
Team Red, White, and Blue.
.org. Yeah, teamrwb.org.
Okay. And what do they do exactly, so everybody there at home knows?
They're the leading national veterans fitness. They do everything for fitness. It's wrapped around. There's a lot of stuff that we do besides running and rucking. We do rucking. We do yoga. We do the Spartan races. There's so many things to keep, and it's just more about the camaraderie because it's just veterans, active military, veteran supporters, civilians. It doesn't matter. They all get together and just kind of hang out, and it's kind of like having that when you get out of the military, because that's what a lot of guys get out and they miss, just hanging out with the guys. And
Yeah.
There's always something going on. Like I think last year we did, I can't even 18,000 events for the year. We also set the world record with running across the flag across the country. That was all veterans. So it was raised $1 million for it. So it gives you the camaraderie. It's not about sometimes I don't get into fitness. Well, no, you don't. But come hang out. They do other things. They have socials. They go out and hang out, barbecues. Ball. Just hang out and have fun. So
Yeah, whatever helps, man.
yeah.
Whatever helps. How about you two there at the bottom? Anything else that you want to say before we get off of here? Longnecker, I need a hey, how you doing, everybody, from you. You and Sergeant. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You and Sergeant Smith decided to show up tonight. Can you believe that? Haven't seen his. Well, he's not bald anymore, but I haven't seen Sergeant Smith in such a long time. I thought maybe he became a hermit or something. But it's good to see both of you guys. I definitely want to have you and Jeremy back on here. Lion's on here all the time. As much as I love Lion, that beard's got to go, buddy. Well, listen, guys.
Put a little color in it, pal. Get a little color in it. So the gray.
I was married if I got rid of my beard, so
It's got to stay. Well, listen, guys. Thanks for being on tonight. It's always good to talk to you guys, and I'll see you on the next rally point. Longnecker, tap in on the chat, man. I wanna hear from you more often. We miss you.
I'll do that, pal.
All right, brother. Thanks for coming on tonight, guys. I appreciate you.
See you guys later.
Later.
See ya. Give me 1 second here. You know, it's really cool to have. It's really cool to have people on here that have found their something. Longnecker has one hell of a cool car. I'm not going to lie to you. But it goes into the importance of finding something that gets your mind off of stuff. And once you do that, it's going to clear things out a lot for you. So if you're a veteran out there and you're struggling, which, you know, a lot of us are, finding something to clear your mind, something that you enjoy that you can do by yourself, or in my case, do it as a community. One thing that I have started, and if this is the news that I was telling you guys about, if you haven't been checking out the Facebook page, we started an Operation Intel gaming community, which I hope to get more and more veterans on there, whether that be Call of Duty, Battlefield, whether it be 2K, whatever it may be, something for veterans to just sit down and talk to other veterans with no pressure whatsoever, just focus on the game, yell at each other, scream at each other about the game. But at the end of the day, there are veterans out there that they need a spot to go to not only talk to other veterans, but just play a game. So if you guys are, you know, you do find that video games are your thing, definitely join our Discord. I'm going to link it here in the chat. Give me 1 second. We would love to see you guys there. I don't care how good you are at video games. I could care less. But I just linked the Discord in the chat. Oh, wrong screen. That's our logo. Join the Discord, whether you want to play Call of Duty, anything like that. I'm up for that. But yeah, I started that because I was asking myself, you know, what more can we do? How can we stay in contact even more than we already are? So definitely, even if you play every once in a while, get in there, see if somebody else plays the same games as you. I'm on whenever I can be 2K, Call of Duty. Heck, I know Mikey from Vegas got me on Arma, which is really in-depth. It's a military simulation. It's very cool. They have some of the modern weapons, some of the RGs, some of the tanks. It's really cool. But yeah, guys, find your way out of your own head. Put it on something else. If you need help finding that, there's a group of us in here that are more than willing to help you find that, whether it be from the fishing, the hunting, the riding horses, anything like that. We definitely want to help you out. But also, you know, come to the rally points. Come be a part of this community. We're trying to make changes. We're trying to make it better for the next generation than what it is on us currently. So, also, if you're a struggling veteran, we do have resources. The 22 nonprofits in 22 days, which is way more than 22 days at this point. I didn't realize the red line that you had to go past with some of these organizations, right? They have to get it cleared through their board and things like that. So we're running into hiccups there. But the nonprofits we have featured on the channel are definitely go and check us out. Our website has all the resources. The nonprofits that we featured on this channel are on the resources tab. Definitely check that out. So, Matthew, first of all, Matthew, you look like a new face in here. So welcome to the family, Operation Intel Veteran Stories. We usually do this on Sunday nights. It's our rally point. Welcome in. Love seeing new faces here. Roblox, my kids play that too. Something about Roblox drives me insane. I was watching a Sean Ryan show, so I keep a good eye on them and stuff when they're playing that, but they absolutely love Roblox. Let's see here. Yeah, Crouch, same here, man. I remember those days where we wired everything up in the tents and stuff to where we could play. What were we playing? It was like Platoon versus Platoon. I forget what it was. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember which game we were playing on the Xbox, but we had a good time. And it helped us out. We talked crap to each other. Let's see here. My father is a veteran and his outlet is World of Tanks. Thanks, Jenny. We all have our different outlets, but it's important for us to have those. No matter if you're dealing with PTSD, if you're not a veteran, right? You got to find that outlet that helps yourself out, because at the end of the day, you got to help yourself out through all of this. So you got to try new things. It used to be, I was a big baseball person. So softball, when I couldn't play baseball, slow pitch softball was a great outlet for me in the summertime. Just finding something to get around people, maybe not get around people, be alone with your focus on what's in front of you. So we will be doing the rally point this Sunday. Let's see here. Any more World of Warships? Haven't played that. Yeah, a little bit of nerds. As long as we're not playing, what is that? It's one of the ones that go in World of, Warcraft. World of Warcraft. Probably butchering that, to be honest with you. But I remember playing it constantly and trying to get me on there. I would never do it though. So me, beard dye. I got gray coming out of my beard here. Not dyeing my beard. Listen, guys, I love you guys. Thanks for showing up tonight. I thought that it was an important thing to talk about with everything that's going on right now in the world. Being able to put what we have found to work out there for soldiers that will be coming home is something that's important. I hope to God that, we don't have to deal with that or in Iraq or in Afghanistan again, but more than likely we will one day or another, right? So putting these things out there that have worked for us and is currently working for us is something that we can do to help the next generation out. And that is extremely important to this channel, to me, and not only me and this channel, but this community of veterans. We want to make things better for the generation that is coming after us. So, at all. There's hold on, gray right there and gray right here. I cut my beard a little bit. I trimmed it. Makes the face look more slim. And no, I'm just playing with you. I just decided to cut the beard a little bit. But listen, guys, it was good seeing you guys. Make sure you go into the Discord, introduce yourself, let us know who you are. But if you do not like video games, find your outlet, whether that be a motorcycle, hiking, running, whatever it may be. Definitely find your outlet. And if you need help, there's a community of veterans and people that support the military behind you, and organizations out there that will help you as well. So, I love you guys. Have a good rest of your week. We will see you back here on Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to talking to you guys and hanging out. I love the rally point. That's why I felt like I had to do it this week, and I thought Wednesday would be the perfect day. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.